Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. நம்ம இன்னைக்கு பார்க்க போகிறது physical and chemical change. Every day you come across many changes in your surroundings. These changes may be involved one or more substance. For example, your mother may ask you to dissolve the sugar in the water to make a cold drink. Make a sugar solution in a change similarly. Sometimes milk becomes source. The showing of the milk is changed. Sculpture, the rubber band also represent the change. Make a list of the 10 changes have you noticed around you. In this chapter, we shall perform some activities and study the nature of this substance. Broadly, these changes are of the two kinds: physical and chemical. Physical change. Activity 5.1. Cut a piece of paper in a four square pieces. Each square has a four. Into the square pieces, lay it pieces on the floor and the table. So the pieces on the floor can the table. So the pieces are accurate the shape of the original of the paper. Absolutely, you can't join the pieces of the pieces back to make original piece. But is there a change in the property of the paper? Activity number 2. Collect a chalk dust laying on the floor near the chalkboard or in your classroom, or crush a small piece of a chalk into a dust and a little water in the dust to make a paste. Roll it into a shape of the piece of chalk. Let's dry it. Do you see a chalk from the dust? Activity 5.3. Take some ice in a glass or a plastic tumbler. Melt a small portion of the ice by placing a tumbler in the sun. You have now mixture of the ice and water. Now place a tumbler in a freezing mixture, ice plus common salt. Does the water become solid ice? Once again. Activity number 4. Boil some water in a container. Do you see the stream rising from the surface of the water hole and invented land by its handle over stream at a distance from boiling water? Observe the inner wall of a pan. Do you see any droplet of water there? Activity 5.5. Be careful while handling a frame. Hold a hacksaw blade with a pair of tongues. Keep a tip of a freeze end of the blade on the glass stone. Wait for a few minutes. Touch the color of a tip or a blade change. Remove the blade from a frame. Observe the tip of one sign. After some time, does it get back to the original color? In the activity 5. Number 1 and 2, you see above in a saw of the paper and the piece of chalk under wet changes in a size. In activity 3 and 4, water changed its state from the solid to liquid or from gas to liquid. In the activity 5.5, the hack saw the blade changed the color heating property of such a shape, size, color, and the state of the substance are called its physical properties. A change in each substance undergoing the change in its physical properties is called the physical change. In a physical change are generally visible. In such a change, no new substance is formed. Let us now consider the no kind of a change. Chemical change. Chemical change with which you are quite familiar with the rolling of the iron. If you are leaving a piece of iron open sometime, it includes a film of the bouncing substance. This substance is called rust, and the process is called rusting. Iron glands and parks or farmlands, iron branches become kept in a lost and garden. Almost every article of iron are kept in open Yesterday at home, you may have seen shows as vehicles getting yesterday exposed to the atmosphere for some time in a kitchen. A wet iron plate tava often gets yesterday if in a state of for some time. That is not iron. It is a different from iron on which it gets deposited. Let us consider a few more changes. A new substance is formed. Activities it's to be demolished by teachers cashier, and this is a dangerous to look long at the burning magnesium ribbon. The teacher should be advised children not to stare at a burning ribbon. Get a small piece of a thin strip or a ribbon, magnesium, clean its tip with a sandpaper, bring a tip of near candle when flame burns here. It burns with a brilliant white light. When it completely burnt, it leaves behind powerfully ashes. The ashes look like a magnesium ribbon? The change is represented by the following equation. Magnesium Mg plus oxygen O2 is it gives magnesium oxide MgO. This equation is different from the mathematics in equations in a kind of a error implement becomes no attempt should be made. Balanced chemical equation at a state. Collect the ashes and mix with a small amount of water. Stir the mixture aquarium solutions. The well text mix of the blue and with litmus paper. Thus the mixture turns red litmus blue, and thus the mixture change blue litmus red on the basic on the basis of the test. How do you classify the aqueous solution, acidic or bases? The solution as in a water, it hashes in a water, it forms as new substance. This change will be written in the form of following equations. Magnesium oxide MgO plus water H2O, magnesium hydroxide MgHO2. As you have already learned in a chapter 5, magnesium hydroxide is a base. So the magnesium hydroxide is a new substance so formed burning of a magnesium. Magnesium hydroxide is another new substance formed by the mixing the magnesium hydroxide with the water. Activity 5.7 to be demolished by teachers is all about the teaspoon of the copper sulfide, blue Victol and Neela Thora in about a half cup of water in a glass tumbler or a beaker. Add a few drops of the diluted sulfuric acid to the solution. You should get a blue colored solution. Save a small sample of the solution in a test tube or a small glass bottle. Drop a nail or a used shaving blade into the remaining solution. Wait for a half an hour or so. Observe the color of the solution. Compare with the color of the sample solution saved separately. Color of the solution from blue to the green due to the formation of the iron sulfuric. A new substance, the brown deposited in iron nails is a copper. Another new substance we can write the reaction as copper sulfide solution blue plus iron. It gives iron sulfide solution green, thus copper brown deposited. 5. Activity 8. Take about a teaspoon of the vinegar, test tube, add a pinch of the baking soda to it. You would hear a hissing sound and the bubbles of a gas coming out, passing gas toward a fleshy paper in a lime water. And what happens to the lime water? The change in a test tube is the followed as vinegar, acetic acid plus baking soda, sodium hydroxide, sodium carbonate, sodium hydrocarbonate. It gives carbon dioxide plus other substance. This reaction between carbon dioxide and lime water is followed as a carbon dioxide CO2 plus lime water CaHO2, calcium carbonate CaCO3 plus water H2O. When the carbon dioxide is passed towards the lime water, calcium carbonate is formed, which makes a lime water milky and turning the water into the milky as a standard test of the carbon dioxide. You will use it in chapter 10 to show that the air we breathe out its reaching carbon dioxide. You saw that each substance, one of the more new substance is formed in activity 6. The ashes will become a new formed in a magnesium in a burnt in the air. In activity 7, the reaction of the copper sulfide with iron produced iron sulfide with iron sulfuric with the copper. Both of these are new substance with the copper deposited on the shaving blade of iron. In activity 8, the linear baking soda to produce the carbon dioxide which turns lime water milky. Can you name the new substance formed in this reaction? A change in which one or more new substance is formed is called a chemical change. A chemical change is also known as a chemical reaction. A chemical change is a very important in our daily life. A new substance are formed as a result as a chemical change. For example, distillation of the food in our body, ripening of fruits, fermentation of the body of grapes, etc. are due to the series of the chemical changes in a machine. In the end of the product, the chain of the chemical changes useful new materials such as blades and technologies and produced by the chemical reactions. In that every new material is dissolved by the studying the chemical change. We have seen that one or more new substance is produced in a chemical change in additional new products of the following in the many accompany a chemical change: heat, light, or any other radiation. Ultraviolet, for example, may be given of the absolute sound may be produced. A change of a smell may be taken, or a new smell may be given of. A color change may taken place. A gas may be formed. Let us look at some examples. You saw that the burning of the magnesium ribbon is the chemical change. Burning of a coal wood or leaves is a chemical change. In fact, burning of any substance is a chemical change. Burning always accomplished by the product of heat. Explanation of the firewalls and the chemical change. You know that in such explosion products heat, light, sound and the appliance gas that pollute the atmosphere. That is why not you advise not to play with the fireworks. Then your food gets spoiled. The food is a foul smell. Shall we call a change? A change is a chemical change. You must have noticed a slice of the apple appears in a brown color if you not consume them immediately. If you have not seen the change in a color, cut a fresh slice of the apple and kept away for some time. Repeat the same activity in a slice of potato and burns all. The change of the color in these cases due to the formation of the new substance. Are they not? The changes are the chemical changes in chapter 4 neutralization acid. With the basis in a neutralization, some chemical changes a protective shield. You must have been here of the ozone layer in our atmosphere. It protects us from the harmful ultraviolet radiation which comes from the sunlight. Ozone absorbs the radiation, breaks down into the oxygen. Oxygen is a different form from ozone, can be cell breaking down of the ozone, a chemical change. If ultraviolet radiation were not absolutely by the ozone, it would be yet of the Earth's surface and cause a harm to us and other life forms. Ozone acts as a natural shield against the radiation. We learned in a chapter 1 that the plants produce their food by the process of the photosynthesis. Can be photosynthesis a chemical change? Pali saw that the digestion is a chemical change. Dusting of iron. Let us back of the dusting in this is a one change. It affects the iron particles and the slowly destroys them. Slime iron is used to making bridges, ships, cars, truck, bodies and many other articles. The body mobility loss due to the rusting is the process of the rusting can be represented by the following equation: iron Fe plus oxygen O2 from the air plus water H2O. It gives rust iron oxide Fe2O3. For rusting, the presence of the both oxygen and water or water vapor is essential. In fact, it's a content of the moisture in the air is high. It means a more humid rusting can be faster. So how do you prevent rusting? Prevent is article from coming from the contact with the oxygen or water or both. One simple way it is to apply a coat of the paint or grease. In fact, this content should be applied regularly to prevent rusting. Harder way to deposit a layer of a metal like chromium or zinc on iron. Oh, that is why my friends Rita is always complaining about the iron articles rusting so fast. She will never near the coastal. This is a process of the depositing a layer of the zinc on it. This is called galvanization. Galvanization pipes are used in our homes to carry water or galvanized to be prevent rusting. You must know the strips of the iron part of the underwatering. The part of the water also water is deposited cleaning the ship. Outer contains many salt. The salt makes the process of the formation of the faster. Therefore, shipping suffers a lot of damage from rusting. Ship begin painted so much the function of the ship iron can be replaced every year. Can you imagine morally loss to the world? Lord Hanuman. Here's a scary story about a god Hanuman in village of the Ashur. After playing by the spirit as only the shadow, the haunted world mansion hill, shaking in the fear of the heart at all the crossing pot. One stormy night, a young girl named Rohini decided to explore the mansion, despair the warning from the villagers. The Tenpios enter into the mansion. She stood upon a room filled with accidents, affairs, the mystery symbol. Suddenly, the air close colder the shadow mansion. Before its prevents, the suffocator of the Rohini felt icy grip on her ankle. She tried to scream, but her voice was trapped in her throat. Her just hope seems lost. The Rohini remembered that the ancient her grandmother used to receive the Jai Bahabali, the whisper of the words to be surprised. A billion luminous of Lord Hanuman appeared. His midly radius from the strength protection of the shadow. Hissing In Halong, the Hanuman delivered energy, repelled visitor Jandul, destroyed Hanuman, freed Rohini from a shadow, grasped the young courage out of the mansion. As they emerged into the stormy night, Hanuman entered the Rohini stacked, grateful from the Haslin invitation of the Lord Hanuman and his mansion he'll never haunted a eye. How that would be you like me to add details or change anything? And crystallization in class 6 you will have learned about the salt can be warmed by the exploration of the sea water. The salt warmed in a matter water. The salt warmed in this matter is not a pure. The shape of the crystallization can't be seen clearly. However, a large crystal of the pure substance can be found by the solutions process is called crystallization. It is an example of the physical change. Activity 9 to be demolished by the presence of the teacher. Calcium use only the pure sulfuric acid to be careful while boiling water. A cup of water and breathing add a few drops of the developing violet water. Add a few drops of the diluted sulfuric acid. Heat the water when it started boiling. Add a cup of copper sulfuric powder slowly while stirring continuously. Continue adding copper sulfuric powder till or no more powder can be dissolved. Filter solution, allow it cool. Do not disturb the solution when cooling. Look at the solution after some time. Can you see the crystallization of the copper sulfuric? If not, wait for some or more times. You learned things about the physical and chemical changes to identify the changes you may observe around you as a physical and chemical change. Chemical change, the keywords. Chemical change, chemical reaction, crystallization, galvanization, physical change and rusting. Acid and bases and acid bases and salt. We are used in our daily life a large number of substance of the as lemon, tomato, common salt and sugar and vinegar. They have the same taste? Let us recall the tastes of the some eatable substance listed in the table 4.1. If you have not tasted of any substance of this substance, taste it now from enter the result in table 4.1. Join the classroom to see the tabular column. Do not taste anything unless asked to do so. So do not touch anything unless asked to do so. Table you want to answer? You want to answer in classroom number 2. Substance: lemon juice, orange juice, vinegar, curd, tomato, sugar, common salt, albaya, baking soda, grapes, unwhipped mango crème. Taste sour, bitter, or any other. You find that some of these substances are in sour, some taste bitter, more taste sweet, and some taste salty. Curd, lemon juice, orange juice, and vinegar taste sour. This substance tastes sour because they contain acid. The chemical of nature of the substance contains acid. The chemical of the such substance are the acidic. The word acidic comes from the Latin word acid, means the sour acid. They are the substance are natural acid. They are what baking soda does not have. The taste so if not is the taste slime. It does not change any taste of the so this taste has no acid in it. The bitter taste if you feel that the solution between fingers is feels soapy. Generally, substances like this, which are bitter in taste, I feel soapy on touching, are known as bases. The nature of such a substance, the nature of the substance is thought to be the basis. If we can't taste every substance, how do you feel in the nature, especially the types of used to taste whether substance is acidic or basic? The substance is known as the indicators. The indicators are change the color when added to the solution containing an acidic or the basic substance. Turmeric, litmus, cyanide, pentyl, etc. are the naturally occupying indicators. Do you know name of the acid is found in? Acidic acid is found in vinegar. Formic acid is found in astringent. Citric acid is found in cursics. Fruits such as oranges, lemons, such etc. Acidic word curd. Acetic acid Spanish. Acidic acid, isobic acid, vitamin C, alba, coriaceous fruit, tomato acid, tomato, grapes, and mangoes, etc. are all the acids melted about the occur in nature. Name of the bases: calcium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is found in lime water. Ammonium hydroxide is found in window cleaner. Sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide is found in water. Magnesium hydroxide is found in the milk of magnesia. Can I taste all the substances to find the taste? No, we have not. No, have you read? No. Do you not read the calcium? You should not taste the unknown substance. There could be harm as. National indicators are as national dye. Litmus national dye. The most commonly used national indicator is litmus. It is extracted from the lectures. It has a mature purple color in a diluted water and is added to the acid and the solution of the turns red, and when solution is added to the basic solution it turns blue. It is available in the form of a solution or a form of a strips of the paper known as available as a red and blue litmus paper. Activity number 1: mix some water with the lemon juice in a plastic cup tumbler, and the test you put a drop in our solution with a strip and the red litmus paper with the help of the droplets. There are all the any changes in color. Repeat the same exercise with the blue litmus paper. Note down there are changes in the colors. Perform the same activity with the following substance: tap water, diluted water, acidic water, drink soap solution, shampoo, common salt solution, sugar solution, vinegar, baking soda solution, milk of magnesia, wasting of washing soda solution, lime water. If it is possible to make solutions diluted water, record your observation on the table 4.2 is given on the classroom number 2. In the table all these are any substances which is not hard, no effort. Name to substance the solution which is not changed of the color either red or blue litmus are known as a neutral solution. The substance are neither acidic or basic. To prepare lime water, take some water and tumbler and add some lime chittu into it. Stir the solution and keep for some time. Pour a little foam of a top. This is a lime water. Turmeric is another national indicator. Activity number to take the teaspoonful of the turmeric powder, add a little water and make a paste. Make turmeric pepper by depositing the turmeric paste and bottling pepper, filter pepper and dyeing it. Cut the thin strips of the yellow pepper or bind put in a drop of the solution. The solution on the strip of turmeric pepper. If do not absorb, similarly test the solution listed in the table 4.3 and note down your observations. Try solution of the other substance also China rose as indicator, and the 4.3 collect some China rose Kuntal petals and they are placed in the uh, baker and add some warm water and get in a mixture for some time till the water becomes the color. Used some colored waters as the indicators. Add 5 drops of the indicator to the each of the solution given in the table 4.4 is given in the classroom. Number 2. What is the effect on the indicators and the acidic and the basic or neutral solution? The China rose indicator 5 turns acidic solution to dark pink mantra and the base solution to green. I am not getting the same result when I using to the solution baking soda and the dry litmus paper. Why the solution of the baking soda to dry then dry. Polly brought the following riddle for you. Coffee is brown and the bitter in taste is acid or the base. Do not give the answer without any test. It is the dark with the taste. The teacher, activity number 4, the teacher requests to give a dual solution of the following chemicals from his or her school laboratory or from the yearly school: hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid and nitric acid and acetic acid, sodium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, lime water, great calcium. Great care should be taken while handling the laboratory acid and bases because they are consumers in the nature. Irritation and the harmful to the skin demolished its effect entry on indicators of the solution. Record your observations in the table 5.5. You can prepare a greeting card for your mother on her birthday. Apply the turmeric paste on a sheet of the paper, white paper, and dry it in a beautiful flower with a soap solution. With the help of the cotton bud, and you will get a beautiful greeting card. Now, how I understand while the turmeric stain, my white shirt is turned red, and when they washed the soap is become soapy and the solution or utilization. We have learned today that the acid turn blue, litmus red, and the bases turn to red to blue. Let us see how what happens on acidic mixing with the basic. We shall go to the indicators you have not used so far. It is called phenolphthalein. Activity number 5 is demolished by the teachers in the class. Fill the 1/4 of the test tube in a tube hydrochloric acid. Note down in a color. Note down in a color of phenolphthalein solution. And also add 2 to 3 drops of the indicators to the acid. Now shake well the test tube. Generally, do you observe any changes in the color? Acid. Add the acidic solution, a drop of sodium hydroxide solution by the drop stir and tube. Generally, it is changed in a color of the solution. Continuing adding sodium hydroxide solution drop by drop. White stringing of the pink color just appear. Now add some more drops of the dueling hydrochloric. What do you observe? The solution again become the colorless again, where the drop of the change hydroxide solution in the change any in color in the solution again become pink in color. It is evidence that they make in the basic of the phenolphthalein. It gives a pink color on the hard. On the other hand, when the solution is acidic, it remains changed. When the acidic solution is mixed with the basic solution, it aborts solution as a neutral and its efforts on the each other with a solution which is a solution is the basic solution are already mixed with the suitable amounts of the acidic in a nature of the acid or they are basic in a nature of the basic and destroyed. The result of the solution is neither acid or the basic touching the test of the immediately after the neutralization. What do you observe? The neutralization reaction is always produced or evaluated. The evaluated heat raising the temperature of the reaction mixed in a neutralization reaction. A new substance is formed. This is called the salt. The salt is maybe the basic or neutral in a nature. Thus, the neutralization can be defined as follows: as the reaction between the acid and the basic is known as the neutralization salt and water, and the produced the process of the without the evolution of the heat. Acid plus base, it gives salt plus water. Heat is evolved. Heat energy is evolved. The following reaction is an example of the hydrochloric acid HCl. Sodium hydroxide NaOH, sodium chloroxide NaCl plus water H2O. Would add a diuretic sulfuric acid to the lime water will react the mixture become hot or cool. You are familiar with the term acid and rain. Have you ever heard about the damming effect of the acid rain? As the name indicates, rain containing excess of the acid is called the acid rain. Acids come from the acid become the acidic because the carbon dioxide, sulfuric dioxide and nitrogen dioxide which are released into the air polluted as they dissolve in the air drops to form a sulfuric acid, carbonatic acid and the nitrogenic acid respectively. Acid rain can be caused damage to the buildings near historical monuments, plants and animals. In neutralization in our everyday digestion in our stomach containing hydrochloric acid, it helps the digestion. As you have learned, you will be learned in our classes. But as of the acid in our stomach causes indigestion. Sometimes indigestion is painful. To relieve the indigestion, take an antacid such as milk of magnesia, in which contains magnesium hydroxide and neutralize of the effects of the excessive acid. Ant bite, when the ant bite in infects as acid liquid formatic acid into the skin and its effect acid was neutralized by rubbing the most baking soda, sodium hydrocarbonate or cadmium solution which contains zinc carbonate. Soil treatment. Necessity of the use of the chemical fertilizers which makes the soil acidic. Plants do not grow as well as the soil either is too acidic or too basic. When the soil is too acidic or treated with the basic like the quick lime calcium oxide or shaked with a lime calcium hydroxide. If the soil is basic, organic matter compost is added to it. Organic matter release acid get neutralized the basic natural of the soil. Factory waste. The waste of the many factories containing acid and it allowed to flow in water bodies. The acid will kill the fish and other organisms. The factories waste are therefore neutralized by adding the basic substance. Key was acid, acidic base, indicator, neutralization, salt. And bye. Next video பார்ப்போம். அது வரைக்கும் நான் உங்கள் கவினேஷ். இது உங்கள் சீக்ரெட் இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன் ஆஃப் மிஸ்ட்ரி ஸ்டடியிங் மெட்டீரியல். மறக்காமல் நம்ம கிளாஸ் ரூமில் சேர்ந்துருங்க. அது வரைக்கும் நெக்ஸ்ட் வீடியோவில் பார்ப்போம். டாட்டா, பாய் பாய்.